This is Uthred and this is Conflict of Nations World War 3, day, day 13, and I'm playing as Indonesia. Okay, so far I'm able to consistently vlog starting day 9, and I'm able to vlog the game daily. Um, so we have several updates I want to share with you guys, and I just want to give you a view of what my conquest, my territories looks like right now. Okay, as you can see, I have a view of Japan's forces because we now belong in the same coalition. So we created a new coalition here. It's the Saxon Raiders. Okay, I replaced the A with the Q. Uh, well, it's nothing. Um, it's nothing basically. Just want to play with words. But anyway, yeah, I did create it and started a my own coalition, and I have my first member here, which is Japan, and he is also my alliance member. His name is Ayman. So, okay, all right. So before we start, let me give you a heads up of what my current condition is, my military. So known army size, as you can see, I already have 73 units in my army. My provinces, I have 181 provinces with 281 victory points. My average morale is 60%, and I only have one war left, and that is the Philippines, which I am now going to finish. Okay, so right now, I only have the Philippines as an enemy, so I'm already cleaning him up. So I now have Davao City, and I'll be landing in Zamboanga in 2 hours and 54 minutes. The rest of the Visayan Islands are now in my hands, as well as Manila and the central part of Luzon. The southern part, which is the Naga, we call this the Bicol region. So that part is already under Japan, and the northern part, as we agreed upon, Japan will take the northern part of Luzon. So he has Tuguegarao as his city, and unfortunately, there is a Philippine force right here who had recaptured some of the territories here, like the Pagudpud, Lawag, as well as San Fernando. I'm gonna leave it up to him. I'll let him recapture those territories, but he needs to recapture them, or else I will have to take these territories here, because just like what I said, I prefer having less wars, and as much as possible, I want to finish Philippines as quickly as I can so that I can start my campaign against Vietnam. I am now positioning my forces to Vietnam. Okay, so the 24th Recon Division will be stationed in Nakhon Ratchasima, and the goal is to push through Vientiane, okay, all the way up here to Luang Prabang. Okay, we'll be capturing these two cities here. Also, I have another army, which is this one, the 28th Recon Division. So it's currently in uh, in Bangkok. So the goal of this army is to capture Cambodia. This one. So we will be conquering Cambodia. Also, of course, in that way, I'll be able to unite the rest of Southeast Asia into one nation. So this will now turn into a powerful mega state, as these territories are huge, and I will be able to have and accumulate enough resources to push through with my future campaigns, like into Australia and then into New Zealand. Okay, now let me just discuss this first, okay? By securing these neighboring countries here, like the countries in Indochina, as well as Australia and New Zealand, I'm securing my flanks. It's very important that secure that your flanks. It's very important that you secure your flanks before you engage in any major wars. Okay, so at this point, we have no major enemies. The one I'm preparing for is in Europe. So we have to think long term. Yeah. So I'm preparing for Europe, but for me, in order for me to wage an effective war against them, I need to clear up the nations within my close to my borders, so that I won't have to worry about any surprise attacks from any of my neighboring countries. So I'm gonna clean up this Vietnam and then Australia, and also if I capture Australia as well as New Zealand and also Vietnam, I will have tremendous resources, and I will also have lots of possible bases that I can use if in case I'll be under attack by Europe, by the ONU coalition, or even Africa. So so you have to clean up your borders first before you start sending your forces outwards. So I discussed this with my ally Ayman. So well, basically he has a different strategy that he is using. He has mechanized infantry so that he can send out his forces like this. There. So if you notice, there are lines there. So you basically just send his forces, and of course, you don't know. The problem with this type of strategy is that you don't know what units are in these provinces or in these cities, right? And the problem here is that we all go to sleep. Okay, so if you send your forces like this, like for example this one, uh, the 23rd Infantry Battalion, Japanese battalion, will be arriving in Choi Balsan in 13 hours and 56 minutes. So along the way, you wouldn't know if there are any forces, enemy forces stationed in these areas. Well, probably he knows already because they were allies before. They were in the same coalition before he left and attacked China. So he probably knows the enemy disposition already. So yeah, so that's fine. But again, it's still better to be careful because you wouldn't know, right? You wouldn't know if the enemy will come back and redeploy his forces. So, and I'm the type of player that who hates losing infantries, or who hates losing units, because replacing them is will take a long time. So if I'm gonna lose units, I'm willing to lose National Guards because I can replace them in 8 hours, and I can replace them anywhere, so long as I have um, uh, recruiting office. And the good thing about this is that you can place your recruiting office in all your cities because you need them, so that you can have more manpower, and that means you can also mobilize your national guards anywhere in any cities. Unlike national motorized infantries, you need to build a barracks or an army base in order for you to mobilize them. So having barracks, the only advantage that you have with having barracks is that you can produce ground units like armored support as well as infantries. But with recruitment office, um, even if you're not, producing national guards in that city, that recruitment office will help speed up the mobilization of your units. So it's critical that you have recruitment office in your cities. So there. So, and also that's the reason why I have 70 plus units, because I have more than half of those Not really, but probably almost half of those 73 units are National Guards, and they are good for garrison. So if you will check, even though I left Myanmar already after my conquest, I'm confident that they won't that my cities, my conquest here won't be captured from me easily because I can leave garrison of National Guards here for protection. And if you will check, I have 9 points of defense points against invading units or attacking enemies. And I can also utilize my planes to assist in the defense. So basically, if an enemy will send huge number of forces, like stack of 10 troops, then definitely I won't be able to defend. I won't be able to hold, but at least I can delay them, and I will be able to pull up all my garrison troops. So if you will check, for example, in Myanmar, I have 2, 4, 6, 8 units of National Guard in Myanmar alone. So if I will be attacked, I can stack them all together and defend just one city, probably Naipito. So let's say, for example, if India, declares war and attacks me with a stack of 10 units, okay, he will probably go here first, capture this one or this city here. So if that happens, then anywhere he attacks, I will fall back. I will pull my troops back and then regroup into somewhere where I can stack them. So if my enemies will attack, let's say, if yeah, the cities that are prone to attack will be Sitwe and Myitkyina. So let's say, for example, if India attacks Myitkyina, I will pull my National Guards, this unit here, 2 units of National Guards from Mandalay, the 9th National Guard, and also this one from Sitwe as well as in Chiang Mai. I will put them all in Naipito, and we'll put a solid defense there. So having 6 stack of National Guards will boost your defense tremendously. Plus, since they are in the center of the city, they will have additional 25 points for defense. Also, what I will usually do also is I will build underground bunkers. So I like doing that whenever I'm facing a threat. I will boost up my defense. And if you notice, underground bunkers will only take 6.5 hours to build, and that will give me an additional of +2 for morale performance, and also the garrison will take 17% less damage. So that's huge. With 25 plus 17%, that's gonna be that's gonna be 42 defense points, additional defense. So it's not gonna be easy for anyone to conquer. And then once I'm able to destroy the attacking forces, then I can just easily reconquer um, my lost territories. So the thing is, I'm willing to lose my territory. So if I will be attacked, I will usually pull back somewhere where I can mobilize. So, and then I will do a counter attack with a much bigger force. I'm not gonna send my units individually because I know that they will just be killed off. They will just be, killed by the enemies. So I will stack them for much better protection and much better performance. So that's how I play. That's how I play defensively. And so so what if we are attacked here in our in our homeland? For example, what if someone attacks Padang? Well, if someone attacks Padang, they must have a strong navy, or at least destroyers or frigate, because I have a corvette protecting the entrance to Padang. And if their strategy are like just the common strategies of newbies, wherein they just send ground units without any naval support, even if they send 100 units, ground units, my lone corvette will be able to protect my city. So that's how it is. However, if they will attack with a naval support, then I will have my 16 task force here waiting to respond to any emergencies. So my 16 task force, let me show you how quickly they can reinforce. So let's say if someone attacks Medan, I can reinforce Medan within 5 hours and 48 minutes. So for sure they won't be able to destroy my corvette in, well, if they used a task force like composed of 5 ships, yes, they can destroy my corvette in just uh, in just 1 hour, one attack. Okay, that's the reason why it's my plan is also to increase my protection to up to 3 corvettes so that I can have enough time to respond if ever I will be attacked. Okay. Also, if that's the case, then I'm willing to fall back also. That's a strategy. You have to give some ground. Sometimes you have to give some ground in order for you to counterattack. And um, most of the time, when you counterattack and destroy whatever enemy force that was used against you, once you're able to destroy them, then that will weaken the enemy and you can attack their homeland next. So it's just like, you have to absorb the initial attack, but once that attack was defeated, you'll be able to unleash your counter attack much more powerful because they will have less units that are defending their homeland. Also, I'm planning to, of course, build or mobilize naval patrol so I can have a stronger defense against enemy naval force. So, and also I'm in the process of mobilizing another task force. So that's gonna be my 11th task force. So I just need 2 more ships, and I'll be able to have 3 task force available. One task force is in the Philippines, trying to support my ground units who's conquering the Philippine mainland. Once they're done, I can redeploy them here in Vietnam. Also, I'm in the process of researching the Tiger class level 1 cruiser. So expect that on my 4th task force, I will be cruiser will be part of that task force already. So having 4 task force, that means 20 ships. That's powerful enough for me to conquer the world. No, just kidding. But yeah, at this point, I don't think I'll have enemies that will be able to match my naval power. So Italy is focusing on ground units, though he has a level 2 naval base here. He also has a level 2 naval base in Venice, so probably he can build frigates and corvettes in those territories. Uh, Germany also has level 2 naval base in Kiel as well as in Hamburg, level 3 in Hamburg, so he can now start mobilizing he can now start to mobilize frigates, corvettes, as well as destroyers. So yeah, they may be able to challenge me, but at this point, at this rate, I am basically in the lead in terms of naval power, in terms of naval superiority. Um, and the other contender here is Bolivia, but Bolivia is a landlocked nation. So, um, oh, there you go. So Bolivia has a level 4 naval yard. So, and he had annexed Aquiqui, okay, Kiki, whatever. But yeah, he has a naval yard there, annexed naval yard. You also have one in Trujillo. So yes, he is now building up his navy also. And since he has level 4, it's possible that he is now producing cruisers also. So I'm not worried because he still has borders here with Argentina and Brazil, and before he start, you know, to contest, before he can contest or before he can attack me with his navy, he has to clear Brazil and Argentina. Not unless they become allies, then that will be difficult for me. But yeah, having three task force already gives me the advantage, and I'm still producing more. So you know, I think at this point, my nation has the biggest navy in the world. Okay, so what else? Um, so there. So after Vietnam, Australia, and New Zealand, once I've cleared this up, I hope that Japan attacks. I'm okay. I agree with Japan handling New Zealand, but he now has two wars. He is at war with China and with the United States, and if he's gonna go to war against New Zealand, I'm not sure how he'll be able to handle that with 35 units. So Japan has 35 units here. So I'm not sure how he will be able to handle three nations with 35 units. And considering that these nations also has their probably 30 to 35 units also. So just like the Imperial Japan during World War II, you cannot fight nations that are bigger than you, not unless you build up yourself first before you attack them. But yeah, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he can take China, and then once he's taken China, then he can reinforce his forces to send some of his forces to the United States to help out conquer the United States. But if you will check, China is a huge territory. Um, my conquest with Myanmar took me more than a week. I mean, with Thailand and Myanmar, took me more than a week to clear them up, right? So I think China will take like 2 weeks. Um, the thing is, you have to hold these cities, and sometimes you have to hold them for like 2 to 3 days in order for them to get pacified. So, so yeah. So, but he is, if, for example, here, yeah, he can take these cities here, and then he'll have to keep his army there for 2 to 3 days before he can move to another city. So it's gonna take a long process. The least will be 1 week for him to capture China. So hopefully he can conquer China within 1 week. But of course, I believe that China has forces to defend himself. So although they were allies, like I said, they were allies before. So Japan already knows how many troops China has. Okay, and then after this, India will be the next perfect target. Since India, if once I captured India, then I can take Diego Garcia, and that will secure my nation against possible naval attack. Okay, so there. Okay, so patience is the key. You have to be patient in uh, in this game. This game is a long-term strategy, so you have to be patient. You have to plan your moves um, ahead of time. So okay. So again, I'm gonna annex this city here for the electronics production. I can also annex Davao City, but I'm gonna annex Davao probably once Australia is clear, because Philippines is a good defensible position. Because before any enemy forces can reach Philippines, they'll have to cross my mainland, Indonesia. So yeah, I can upgrade some Philippine cities here. So okay, that's it for today. Please continue to support, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. And also don't forget to do a thumbs up on my video, and hit the notification bell so you will be notified for um, for new videos and new contents. So again, that's it for today. Thank you guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.